So something that I think a lot of PlayStation fans are wondering, but it's not necessarily at the forefront of their mind. Maybe it's just something they think about occasionally, or maybe with the recent news that Sony closed both the Haven Studio acquisition deal as well as the Bungie acquisition deal. They're wondering who's next? Who is Sony going to acquire next? What can we expect? So I came across an interesting article from PlayStation Universe where the title reads Sony could be gearing up for another big acquisition. And this is something that I feel like kind of went under the radar. And I think it's a good find by PlayStation Universe because I do think it does give us an idea potentially of what Sony's planning on doing next. The article says here it's been said multiple times at this point Sony is looking to keep expanding. As its acquisition of Bungie closes, players should expect more to come because that's what we've been told, and that's absolutely true. Even after the most recent acquisition, that being of Bungie, Jim Ryan came out and said, yeah, we're not done. Expect more from us in the future. We're going to continue to acquire talent and acquire studios. The article continues by saying now a recent hire looks like they're continuing to gear up their legal team for more acquisitions. Sony picked up Gregory McCurdy to be the company's top antitrust and public policy lawyer. McCurdy's last job was leading a team at Uber covering U.S. antitrust litigation and merger clearance proceedings, an aspect of his resume that makes him a well-targeted get. Announcing the news on his LinkedIn profile, McCurdy said, "The world of video games is fascinating and will be a great new adventure for me. I know a bit from my Microsoft days when Xbox launched to compete with PlayStation. Here's to new adventures." The article finishes up by saying PlayStation's most recent acquisition announcement was its intent to purchase esports technology company Repeat.gg. It's not clear why, but it's clear that Sony wants to continue to invest further in esports. And that is true. That is the latest acquisition. And again, I feel like that kind of went somewhat under the radar because it's not really a big acquisition. It's not a studio or anything like that. It's something that falls in line with their esports ambitions, which I think as time goes on and as Sony continues to make these acquisitions, it's become pretty clear that they want to get very serious when it comes to esports. But this is something that I thought was worth highlighting because that's the thing. It's been a while since Sony's announced the acquisition of another studio. There's been a ton of speculation since the time they announced the acquisition of Bungie that, oh, they're going to go for Square Enix, or maybe they're going to talk to Capcom or Konami. And, there was a period in time where it seemed like there was a new acquisition rumor every week. It's understandable because these acquisitions, they are significant things. They change the industry in a significant way, depending on how big the acquisitions are and, who's being purchased by who. I mean, Sony getting Bungie is going to have a massive, massive impact on PlayStation and the future of PlayStation studios and games, going forward. And the same can be said for Microsoft acquiring the likes of, Bethesda and Activision Blizzard. We're already kind of seeing how that's unfolding with the announcement and the big focus on Starfield at Xbox's summer showcase. So with this new hire, it becomes pretty clear that Sony is looking to beef up their legal team so that way, whenever they acquire another entity, it will proceed pretty smoothly. And I'm going to be honest, what I kind of take away from this is that, yeah, Sony may be getting ready to make a bigger move than Bungie. I mean, why else would they feel the need to do this? It could just be a just-in-case situation. They want to be ready. They don't want to be caught off guard. I have no doubt that when it comes to Sony, and honestly, not just Sony, but pretty much every other major platform holder, they're likely in talks all the time on a weekly basis. They're probably always keeping in touch, and these things kind of are always in flux. And so, maybe this is a sign that something is moving forward or negotiations are progressing. That's purely speculative. We won't know. I mean, if there's something that we did learn at this point is when it comes to rumors specifically or supposed leaks of acquisitions, they're never true because they can fall apart in the 11th hour. And, I think that this is actually one of the only signs that we can look for to kind of maybe point us in that direction where it's like, oh, well, why else would Sony be beefing up their legal team when it comes to, merger and acquisition? probably because that's what they're looking to do more of going forward. So, but that does it for the video, guys. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below. I'll definitely be interested to see what you have to say. Leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.